Federal and provincial politicians expressed alarm today. It reports ChatGPT had flagged the Tumbler Ridge shooter for concerning online behavior in the days before the tragedy, but failed to inform police. For more on that, let's bring in Rob Shaw at the BC Legislature. Rob, this is very unsettling. What's the latest?
Well, Stacey, concern from provincial and federal ministers today that there may have been warning signs about the Tumbler Ridge shooter caught by OpenAI's ChatGPT safety protocols in the months before she killed 8 people, including 5 students. But there were no immediate promises from politicians for legislation on this issue to prevent it from happening again as they search for answers in the wake of this tragedy. In BC, Premier David Eby calling on OpenAI to come forward and explain what it knew when about shooter Jesse Van Rootseller and why it didn't alert police. This comes after a Wall Street Journal story that OpenAI flagged gun violence scenarios from Van Rootseller on ChatGPT in the months prior, but its leaders decided the warnings did not meet the criteria of a credible and imminent risk of serious physical harm. Tragically, that proved incorrect.
From the outside, it looks like OpenAI had the opportunity to prevent this tragedy, to prevent this horrific loss of life, to prevent there from being dead children in British Columbia. I'm angry about that. I'm trying hard not to rush to judgment. British Columbians will know what happened. And so my message to OpenAI is, if there is opportunity for you to clarify this, to provide information to us to understand how this could have happened, you should provide it.
I think we're going to be talking about the OpenAI question for some time because it opens that question of could we have prevented this? But it actually leads us into a bigger and more important conversation, not only about, again, that balance of online tracking with personal privacy, along with the need for us to have the right tools to prevent a tragedy like this, which we never thought we'd see happen in Canada.
In Ottawa, federal artificial intelligence minister Evan Solomon saying he is deeply disturbed by the reports. He has summoned the executives of OpenAI to speak to him tomorrow on Parliament Hill. It is the federal government that regulates telecommunications. The premier today saying he wants to follow Ottawa's lead on that. Solomon said all options on the table, including legislation. Here's that federal reaction today.
Given what we've just seen here, what should the trust level that Canadians have in these companies right now, what should that look like?
I immediately summoned the senior safety people from the United States. They are coming to Ottawa tomorrow to find out exactly those questions. And we will ask them questions about safety protocols, escalation thresholds, and trust.
If it's true, as some of these reports are indicating, that there were potential alarm bells that were ignored or at least not flagged, we have to treat that very seriously. We have to get to the bottom of that.
OpenAI in a statement today saying this was a devastating tragedy. We're doing all we can to support the ongoing investigation. We reached out to law enforcement immediately after the identity of the shooter was made public, and we are engaged with the RCMP to support their ongoing work. Stacey, open questions here about if any government, provincially or federally, can regulate large global tech companies with the reach of OpenAI and ChatGPT. Questions that are going to continue to persist here. The premier saying the province will get answers. He could call a coroner's inquiry or public inquiry into Tumbler Ridge. We'll see if he goes in either of those directions in the weeks ahead.